Roxanne Karani. I'm an epidemiologist with Public Health Seattle and King County, and I've been with the county for about the last 18 years.
Hi, my name is Susan Buskin. I'm an epidemiologist at Public Health Seattle and King County, and I've been working in HIV over 30 years.
Hi, my name is Becca Hutchison. I work for Public Health Seattle and King County, and I've worked in the HIV field for 26 years now.
A quick overview of the landscape of our cluster response has kind of two arms. One arm would be community engagement, and the other arm would be actual intervention, where we're trying to do whatever we can to prevent HIV and obviously treat people with HIV. Starting with the Ending the HIV Epidemic about 3 years ago now, we developed a protocol which we launched in the beginning of 2021 of interviewing and doing more partner services type of work with cluster members. So those cluster members are selected from meeting one of two criteria. They were either recently diagnosed cluster members, or they were cluster members diagnosed more than a year ago who either had unsuppressed viral loads or who were not in care. So in this arm of our cluster investigation, we're looking for additional partners who might need a HIV test and referring them to PrEP, and any positive partners and care referrals for the cluster members to try and get them engaged in care and virally suppressed.
We've received funding for 2 projects from the University of Washington Center for AIDS Research to build upon the cluster detection and response work that Public Health Seattle and King County is doing for Pillar 4. We collected information from community members and providers about concerns that they had about cluster detection and response work, and we used the information that we collected from that project to apply for additional funding to develop data-driven messaging around cluster detection and response in King County. The second project involved collecting more qualitative data from community members and developing a video to increase participation in cluster detection and response work and awareness of that work in the community. We developed videos in both Spanish and English for use by the health department.
During the EHE planning process, one of the concerns that came up among consumers, specifically on the planning committee, was around making sure that all of this effort that went into standing up these services were sustainable over time, and that we didn't spend all this time and money creating services and resources that we would not be able to maintain in the system at the end of this initiative. During those discussions, one of the other committee members, a provider in our community, suggested that we consider adding a Pillar 5 focused on sustaining these activities. And so that's how Pillar 5 Sustain came about.
Given the intersection between HIV, mental illness, homelessness, and substance use, I think that without a lot of additional resources to attack the upstream issues that cause people with HIV to be out of care, not suppressed, and passing HIV onto their partners, it just comes down to additional resources for those root problems of HIV. So that's why our 5th pillar of sustaining the work that we're doing here is so important.